Hey guys, it's Monday the 13th, and I'm calling in sick today. And then tomorrow, I also won't be there, but that's because all the geometry teachers are getting together for the new learning cycle, because learning cycle 2 did not take long to get through. So for learning cycle 3, we're getting together. Anywho's, so I'm assigning Delta Math. There's like 3 different ones that I'm assigning, but you guys are going to have 2 days to get them done. So I'm going to go through and explain them, and it has to do with the parallel lines and the transversals and all that stuff. So I'm just going to remind you about a few things, and then we'll go from there. All right. Hope you guys had a good weekend. So let me reverse this real quick. Okay, so this first one is just which angle number represents MRJ. So let's zoom in. So this is like kind of how I did it, where I just put numbers for our angles. So MRJ, here's M. Remember, we got to follow the 3 letters, R and J. So it's this angle right here. It's looking for 3, and it says which angle number represents MRJ. Oh, it's just asking which angle number represents MRJ, so it's 3. So that one's really easy. You didn't even really have to think about that one. It has been asking like linear pair or vertical angle or whatever, but that one was not the case. Okay, we'll do another one. Okay, so which angle represents an angle adjacent to CJB? Remember, adjacent just means next to. And CGB, so we've got CGB, so it's angle 1, and it's just wanting one adjacent. So out of the available numbers that were given, I mean, technically where G is would be an adjacent angle, but it doesn't have a number there for us to choose. So the only number we can choose is 2. Submit answer. All right. And then that explains it. Okay. So I don't think you'll have vertical angles, adjacent angles, linear pairs with this one. Adjacent means beside. So like vertical, just to remind you. So if it was asking about vertical, 1 and 3 would be vertical. Remember, they're opposite and equal. Okay. So hopefully that helps. And then linear pair are the ones that are on the same line that create a line together. Okay. So like 1 and 2 would be a linear pair. 3 and 2 would be a linear pair. I need glasses. 4 and 5 would be a linear pair. 4 and H would be a linear pair. So just to remind you guys. Okay, so I don't think that one's very hard. So let's go back to show you the next one. So vertical adjacent angles. Okay, so on this one, I did a few of these a while ago. Everything I got was linear pairs so far. But anyway, remind you that a line adds up to 180. And so we're going to take 180 minus 53, mental math. So 180 minus 50 would be 130, so 127. Hopefully my mental math's correct. Submit. Yay, good mental math. Okay, so let's do another one of those real quick. And then we'll be done with your explanation. That is if I can hit the right thing. Okay, so on this one, it says find the measure of the missing angle, or angles. Find the measure of the missing angles. Oh, okay. So this wants you to know that this is creating a line, right? So this is a linear pair, meaning I would take 180 minus 58 to get B. So let's see, 180 minus, just I'm talking out loud for my mental math. 180 minus 60 would be 120. And then, so 122. And then it wants you to know, well, you can know two things. If you realize these are vertical angles, they're straight across from each other, and they look relatively the same size, then you would know that this is 58. But let's say you forgot about vertical angles or how to, figure those out. If you know that this is 122 and these make a linear pair, then you would take 180 minus 122 and you would get 58. So there's a couple of ways that you could figure that out. But just a reminder, linear pairs, take 180, take the total, which is 180 minus what you're given to get the missing angle. And then vertical it makes these crisscross shapes, and they're opposite of each other and they're equal. Okay? All right. I think that's about it. Hopefully that helps. And I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday, right? Okay. Be good. Do your work. Don't be jerks for the sub. And happy short week. See you guys later.